Hi, I decided to do my Pechakucha presentation on cyberbullying. Resonated it the most when doing this class, and I felt the discussion that our class had around this was really, really great and really, really effective. Cyberbullying is when a child, a preteen, or just a teen is tormented, threatened, harassed, humiliated, embarrassed, or otherwise targeted by another child, preteen, or teen using the internet, interactive and digital technologies, or mobile phones, as defined by the cyberbullying um, website. I think that it's important to remember the importance of written words. I really resonated with this video, spoken word video called Pork Chops, and just how talking about how bullying is something that is more than just actions, but is also words, and how much power the written word has for us. I looked at an article about a girl who was raped and how pictures and video of her rape were put on the web, and how just having teens nowadays see the whole thing as entertainment, and how there's a sense of detachment. On her wall, it was a quote by Martin Luther King Jr. was, "In the end, we remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends." Remembering that videos and just standing by is not good. It's not. Human values have become much low. There's a lack of respect. And just realizing that being a bystander and letting this type of thing happen is not okay, and having pictures and videos of what goes on is really, really something that's negative. And to also remember that it's both boys and girls who are affected by this. It's a cross grade spectrum, from all the way from elementary school to through college. And there more education needs to happen in some of the older grades, especially in high school, and remembering how many students are affected or have experienced cyberbullying themselves. As a teacher, I want to get involved. I want to be proactive in my classroom. I don't want to stand by in the classroom as stuff goes on outside of the classroom, but instead be a teacher who is really interactive and is effective with dealing with type of cyberbullying inside my classroom. I think it's important to work with parents to stop and try to find a remedy to cyberbullying situations. I think that parents need to be educated by their schools on cyber ethics and the law, and how it's important to be creative about how to be have our students be safe and inside or in and out of our schools, and helping teachers be aware of this type of etiquette, having an idea of how to use social media sites for educational purposes, but also having the privacy and giving teachers a social media security. I think that now more than ever, technology has a lot of risks, and parents aren't becoming involved enough. And so cyberbullying, Facebook is where it's at, and parents need to be aware of that, and not just in the schoolyard, but also it's more of a social media type of place where bullying becomes a reality. And parents need to realize that safety needs to come first. They need to look for signs of cyberbullying. Parents need to become more involved in their students' lives, and how this is affecting their children and their students. Parents, they really need to be educated about what's going on. They need to start asking questions of teachers, of friends, of their students, of their children. They need to be involved in their children's social lives on the internet, just not just involved in their lives in quote real life, but also involved in their lives on the internet. And I think that it's really, really important for them to take precautions and to understand that this is something that needs to be dealt with. I think it's important to have students to not be ashamed. Everyone needs to get involved. This is an across age spectrum of bullying, cyberbullying, and there needs to be a really deep education of what is going on, and helping students to become aware of what's going on with their peers. Students need to know that it's okay to tell what's going on, to help them be aware of how they can be kind to other people on the internet, to be private, to be responsible, to do what's right, not just for themselves, but for other people who they're interacting with. I looked at how students who've been involved with cyberbullying are more likely to be victimized if they've been exposed to violent online games, and they're more likely to bully others. And so it's important to know how exposure to violent online games might be associated with cyberbullying, and parents and clinicians as well need to be aware of the potential harm of this. My background is in the UK, and so I thought this was a really good image and just a really good reminder to keep students engaged, to stop cyberbullying, and to find ways in the classroom and outside of the classroom to have students to become more aware and, once again, just more engaged and focused on the issue. I found out that there's a lot of associations among depression, suicidal behaviors, bullying, and victimization experiences, and so just knowing that there needs to be a better suicide prevention and intervention component in this anti-bullying, anti-cyberbullying programs in schools, and helping students from all the way from elementary school through high school be aware of what's going on. I had a friend who committed suicide because of a lot of cyberbullying that went on, and just being aware that it hurts and doesn't just hurt the person who's bullied, but people who are around them. And so the importance of not staying silent, but becoming a really proactive and a voice, especially for the voiceless. I picked this image from our class Wordle from our class on cyberbullying, and words that really stood out were bullying and school and think and teachers and students, action, information, parents, and these are really, really key words to the cyberbullying phenomena because of technology. I used a lot of different sources and these are different sources that I found really helpful, and I hope that you find them helpful and that you're able to use these sources and other sources to become a better informant of cyberbullying and to become a voice.